have recently closed my shop down. I wanted to give some backstory on why I closed my shop down and also where I am at today. I am an esthetician. I had a storefront location in the same plaza as my husband and his gym, well, our gym. So the location that I was at, the building that I was in, my husband used to be there first. It was his gym, and then in 2020, we decided to move him on the other side of the plaza, and then I moved on in, and we were rebuilding and all the things, right? So during the time that I got my location, I also was a new wife and a new mom. I think I was 5 weeks pregnant with my son when I got married, and then literally 2 months later, my shop opened up. I'm an esthetician, so we did lashes, facials. I had 2 girls in there that did makeup, and then on the last few months I was there, I had someone that did nails. The top of 2024, I had realized, like, dang, my lease is up at the end of the year. Like, I kind of had thoughts like, you know, do I still want to keep doing this? But never really said it because we did so much work to the shop. We did a lot of work in the shop, so that was nothing I would ever say out loud. It was just something that I was kind of thinking of, you know? Being a new wife, a new mother, and also a new business owner all in the same year is crazy. I kind of became really overwhelmed. I would get really anxious. I was always tired, easily annoyed, and I was putting my business before my husband. Straight up, I was putting my business before my husband. I wasn't necessarily putting it before my kid. I feel like I still made time. I felt like I still made sure I spent quality time with my son and, you know, things like that. But when it came to my husband, I kind of did put him on the back burner. So that was where I was, right, when I was in business. So when you get married and you have a child, things change so much that you don't even know. Like, I didn't even realize, like, all these things were gonna change. You know, my husband has had his gym for almost 10 years. That's pretty much as long as we've been together. So that was always his own thing. The shop was always my thing. I always wanted my own thing. He has his own thing, right? But when you get married, it's kind of like, I don't know, when you have a child, I'll say really when you have a kid, things really can change. So this past summer, I had went to a conference. It was Jackie and Preston Perry. They had a conference in Atlanta, and she was talking about, I felt, this is the first time I felt convicted about my beauty bar. So she was talking about just Atlanta and the culture of Atlanta and how it's just, you know, obviously it's a lot of Black successful people here, which is amazing and inspiring, but you know, it could be a lot getting lost into the entrepreneurship world and getting caught up in that world. And I was kind of caught up in that world. Oh, I was like, huh, that is like interesting, like that she said that. And got me to thinking, like, wow, girl, you are like really overwhelmed. Like, when do you really have time to really spend with your family? And there's more to life than money, you know, great thing, but there's more to life than money. Okay, that was like a seed planet, you know. And then around July, August of 2024, I would just be praying to God, like, you know, my lease is about to be up, like, tell me what I'm supposed to do. Am I really supposed to be still doing this, you know, whatever. But even though in the back of my mind I really knew I didn't want to do it anymore, I just didn't want to say it out loud, even though God knows my thoughts, right? I did not want to say that out loud because I felt like God just gave it to me, and like the shop just fell into my lap. It all made sense, and you know, we put so much work into it. I didn't want to say that I didn't want it anymore, you know. Just because it's a good idea doesn't mean it's a God idea. I kind of feel like that's kind of where the shop was. I feel like even though it was a good idea, I don't know if it was really God's plan for me. So I was talking to my husband, and you know, we were just talking about the shop and how the lease is about to come up, and you know, just thinking about, you know, talking about the future in 2025. And he was like, you know, I think you should just like close the shop down. And I was like, huh? Like, I couldn't believe it. He was like, the money that you make at the shop, we can make that extra money at the gym. And he was like, I could really use your help. And he also had dropped like little nuggets here and there throughout the year that he would be like, dang, imagine if we never opened the shop and what we could have done with the gym. Or he would say stuff like that. Or like if I was off and I was helping him with the gym, he'd be like, dang, like you helped me so much when you're here. You know, because it was really just my husband, and he would have help here and there. But anyway, that's another story. So I was thinking about it, and I was like, huh? Like, I couldn't believe he said that, because my husband also put in a lot of work into the shop. Like, he put his blood, sweat, and tears into the shop. So I was like, what? I cannot believe you're saying this. And I'm completely shocked. And also, you know, so I had said, you know, we put a lot of money into the shop, a lot of time. Like, and he said, you know, Sydney, people put millions into a business and they close it, or sometimes they have to close it. He's like, don't let them, you know, that money that we invested into the shop keep you there when there's another opportunity to, you know, grow somewhere else. So I was like, oh Lord, that was a lot. And so I was sad. I said, even though I knew that's kind of what I wanted deep down inside, I just was like, I don't know if that makes sense right now. I don't know, you know? So, still trying to figure it out. I still had interviewed like 2 girls, and I just was like, this is not gonna work. And then I tried to do something else, like partnership. That didn't work out. And I said, you know, God, okay, I'm getting the signs. I think it's very clear of what you want me to do. So I'm going to listen. We decided to close the shop down. And, you know, now my role, a lot, you know, like people are like, so are you like a stay-at-home mom now? And I'm like, you know, I'm not really a stay-at-home mom. I think part-time I am, because my son does still go to daycare, because, I mean, there's still work for us to do. It's not like we're just lounging around all day. Like, we're still working. Like, I still wake up at 5 a.m. in the morning sometimes to get stuff done. It's just that we're both full on into the gym. I'm like kind of like the manager in a way. Like, I just help him pretty much with everything right now. I'm still learning like the systems. I'm also creating new systems for us. So yeah, that is like my role right now. I packed up all my things literally January 1st, 2025. And it's been great. Like, I feel really relieved. I'm definitely much happier. I don't feel as stressed out. You know, it has only been 2 weeks, so I don't know if I'll have different emotions later on down the line. I might, I don't know, but I can speak as of right now. I'm very happy with our decision. Or it's been 3 weeks. I think it's been 3 weeks, and the work we've been putting in has already been, it's been coming back in return. So I'm like, this is definitely what God has for us to do. It makes more sense for us to close one business and us both focus in on one business, because it's like we're separated, you know, working with 2 different businesses. We're just separated. I do my own thing, you do your own thing. And it's like, why would we do that when we could just come together? So I definitely did have to put my pride aside. And you know, I would talk to some people and they're like, wow, they would be like inspired and like you really did that, because, you know, some people would probably try to hold on to something because of what others might think. I think that's the most thing I've heard. And, you know, I could tell you, I used to care about what people think, but I do not care about what people think at all. Like, unless it's someone I really care about. But like random people, I'm like, no, like, I don't care. You're not in my shoes. Like, you don't know what I got going on. Anyway, so yeah, the shop is closed down. I'm officially working with my husband. I'm not a full-time stay-at-home mom. I'm kind of part-time, because I'm really at the gym mainly like in the mornings, and in the afternoons we do a lot of work, and then when I get my son in the evening, that's when I'm like in mommy mode. And it has been great. I never thought this was something I would want to do, but you know, you grow up and you have a baby and things change. And then also I potentially, I might want a kid, another child in the future. And I was like, there's no way I can have another child and have my shop at the same time. Like, what? I would be like absolutely insane. You think I'm insane now? I would be crazy. Like, I would be telling my husband that. Like I said, I feel like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders. I will say, I am used to making my own money. So that is going to be an adjustment. Like, that's going to be an adjustment because I am used to making my own money, like not having to ask my husband for anything. But that's something small, that's something I just have to get over. And, like I said, put my pride aside when it comes to that. Do want to say I have like a handful of ladies, girls, my friends that have been with me for years that I do allow to come to my house. So I still get that, I still get that girl time, and I still am able to make a little bit of money on the side. But it's not really much, but it's something, because it was hard for me to break up with these people. I'm like, we're like friends. Like, I totally feel comfortable with you coming over. I'm not open to anyone else. I'm not open to like the world or like new people, but I'm open for you to, every 2 weeks you could just come over, I touch up your lashes, and so that has been great as well. Like, my clients that were at my shop that now are in my living room, they don't care. So like I said, I have a handful of those ladies, so that's been great. I'm excited to pour my all into my family, into our gym, instead of pouring it all into my separate thing that I had going on. And God is so good. Hope you enjoyed that video. I hope that relieved someone of something. I hope that answered questions for another woman that's going through something similar. But yes, that is the end of my video. Definitely let me know if you guys have any questions. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. I'll be taking you guys behind the scenes of like how it is working with my husband, good days, bad days. I'm excited to take you guys along this journey with me. And yeah, I hope you're here to stay. Make sure you like and subscribe.